Welcome, everyone. Joined here by manager Bud Black. If anybody would like to get their hand up, get us rolling with the first question. Go to Danielle next. Go ahead, Danielle.
Hi, buddy. How is Rymel and his toe doing?
We think okay. He's gonna move around a little bit prior to the game. We have him in the lineup, so that's a good sign. But we're gonna double check his status as he goes through the early portion of the day prior to the game. But we're optimistic that he's fine.
And did Sensatella end up doing his rehab start over the weekend?
Yes, he threw 4 innings. And he went to the bullpen after his 4 to throw another 20 pitches or so to gain a little bit more stamina. He feels good. He's here today. He's throwing a side session today. We anticipate him jumping into our rotation here in a couple of days. We'll make that more definite in the coming days. Obviously, we have to make some player moves for a couple of guys coming back here shortly, and you guys will get the news of that when it happens. But Sensatella's in a good spot. Stevenson's in a good spot after his rehab game the other night in Albuquerque. Same with Almonte, who's pitching tonight. Hopefully he gets a good performance tonight in passing grades on his health, stamina, everything there. So we're getting a lot of our guys back here in short order.
Thank you.
Thomas, go ahead.
Hey, buddy. When Sensatella does pitch, is he going to be on a bit of a limited pitch count, or how much activity was he able to do when he was down?
He'll be on some limited pitch, not drastic. He was able to play some catch. He got to Arizona and was able to ramp up pretty quickly because he was he's in baseball shape. But here it is, the 1st of August. He's been playing all year. He's not behind the 8 ball in many ways.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
We'll go to Rod Mackey. Go ahead, Rod.
Hey, buddy, these games are always interesting when the Yankees, Red Sox, Cubs come to town because you got all the even though there's no more Brian or Rizzo or Baez there, you got those Cubs fans kind of cheering for their team, and then you got the Rockies don't like that, so you get your fans kind of going back and forth. Do you guys notice that? Do the players get kind of a kick out of about the fact that you got these fans in here that are in Colorado rooting against you, but then the hometown fans are kind of defending their own team there?
Yeah, we notice it for sure. I think that's something that's going on or has been going on around baseball for a long time. Especially with Cub fans, with Yankee fans, with Red Sox fans. I think those 3 teams stick out more than any other franchise because of their history and because of their following. Right, you're talking 3 major cities with a great deal of passionate baseball fans. Who love their baseball and love their team. So, we expect that tonight, regardless of, I think that the players who are currently on the roster, they're Cubs fans, thick and thin, right? They stay loyal. So I expect that tonight. And also on the other hand, I love how our Rocky fans, counter that with, with their passion for us and our players and our team. I think it's great. I think it's great for baseball that, a lot of the opposing teams travel well. I love it when we go on the road and we see purple, we see Rocky hats. We might probably a little bit more outnumbered than some of these other teams that travel pretty well. But, our fans are great in that regard, and I'm sure they'll counterbalance the Cub fans tonight and tomorrow and Thursday.
Just a couple more here. We'll go to Kyle Fredrickson and back to Thomas. Go ahead, Kyle.
Hey, buddy. Charlie Blackmon is batting .345 since the All-Star break. What have you liked most about his approach, and have you seen any just change in him since that time?
I think, what we've noticed with Chuck, I think over the last couple of months, it's been reflected here since the break is, using the whole field for sure. I think shortening his swing down with 2 strikes and depending on the situation. We've seen Chuck with, opposite field base hits. We've seen Chuck pull the ball. We've seen Chuck shorten his swing to get the bat on the ball, to get a base hit, to get a single. And again, he's taking his walks. He's getting on base, so the on base percentage is high as well. So I think that's what I've seen. Kyle, is what I mentioned about his whole field usage and shortening the swing.
Go ahead and close this out, Thomas.
Yes, buddy. Looking at how Hilliard has swung the bat since he's come back, and also he plays a nice center field. He has kind of the tools for it. How much of the rest of the season is just seeing how he functions there in center field as a everyday or close to everyday player? Do you look at it that way with maybe even balance him with Hampson? But basically, let's see what Hilliard can do in center.
Yeah, please. First of all, the swing does look shorter and looks a little bit more on path to the ball and not the length to the swing. I like the on base percentage. He's taken his walks. The strikeouts have been cut, to a certain percentage, which is good for Sam and ultimately good for us. The batting average is, again, probably not where we want it to be. We'd like to see it a little higher, but the on base percentage component is there, so he's getting on base via the walk. The defense is, something that we take very seriously, especially in center field. Sam's capable of playing all 3. He's played all 3 since his return. But with Daza, Hilliard, and Hampson, we feel as though we got 3 above average center fielders on defense. But for Sam, the importance is the offense. The contact rate has got to stay where it is and hopefully improve. He's got to cut his strikeouts down. That means he's putting the ball in play with a chance to get base hits if the ball's in play. The on-base component needs to be there too. I think he's got that potential because he's got power. Any position player, any hitter with power, the pitcher is aware of that and at times has to be careful. So Sam's got to be selective not to chase out of the zone when a pitcher is careful. But I think the contact rate will increase the batting average, and he's playing solid defense. So let's hope that continues here while Sam